All right, guys, we're live. So we are going to talk about some chlorite quartz. Chlorite. Chlorite quartz grows all around the world. And what chlorite is it's that really pretty little green that you see inside of your moss agates and inside of your garden quartzes. Okay, so there will be other inclusions in there too, especially the garden that has a variety of colors inside there. But that green you're seeing, that is chlorite.
It looks like
Um,
moss.
it the moss in moss agate is chlorite. Correct. Looks like moss. Yep. Um, so and it can come you can see it in a variety of different greens, shades of green. It can be a darker, really dark concentrated green all the way down to a real light, you know, barely green. Uh I happen to have what is chlorite quartz. So this does not have any other inclusions in it except for chlorite. So
Okay.
this is quartz. You can't. I wonder if we can do two cameras. I'm gonna have to look into that so I can show you guys crystals. Um, yeah. Uh, so chlorite is the inclusion that you see in garden quartz, in moss agates, and in like your tree agate. That's also a chlorite, right? It's that green color. That is the chlorite. So chlorite quartz, also known as garden quartz a lot of times, but like I said, garden can have other inclusions too. Also known as moss agate. Moss agate can have other inclusions too. So what we're talking about specifically today is just chlorite quartz. So that's going to be your quartz that only has the mineral inclusion of chlorite in it. It's beautiful. It's that really pretty mossy looking stuff. Chlorite quartz is like your detox, okay? Um, which is interesting to me because we use chlorine to detox, and chlorite is a variety of chlorine. And so it's interesting that that's how its energetic signature presents itself, is as a cleanser. It's a detox. Chlorite quartz is the one that you want to pick up when you're feeling icky. You're just like, you don't like when you don't feel good and you don't know why. You just feel like blah, right? That's telling us that our aura is got a little too much going on, some stuff stuck to our bubble. We need to get rid of it. We don't even know what it is. That's when you're going to want to grab that chlorite quartz. A chlorite quartz is going to help to just kind of clean up and detox all that ick so that you can kind of feel better. Um, it's pretty amazing how it works. You can use it kind of like selenite to wash your aura as you're washing, your aura, or you can just have it. You can just think about it. But I do know that having the chlorite quartz around when you're feeling kind of icky, it definitely helps. I've been kind of playing with it the last couple weeks since I got it because it's the first time I've had just pure chlorite quartz before, and I noticed that it definitely helps. It for me, it is very much like it's like if I'm not feeling real great, I feel just kind of like, ugh. I don't feel
Ugh.
bad, but I don't feel good. You go
Uh,
sit and yeah, just kind of, icky. I don't really know how else to describe that, but you go get that chlorite quartz and start kind of playing with it and just looking at it and everything. And it does seem to just kind of clean all that away. And you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna go do this now. And with most things that are metaphysical per se, like working with rocks and crystals and everything, a lot of times what you're going to notice is that it's not that you notice it's helping, it's that you notice the absence of. Okay. So let me try to explain that. If you are using chlorite quartz, it's not like you're gonna notice, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much better." It's that you're gonna mess with it for a little while, and then a little while later, you're gonna realize, "Oh, I don't feel like crap like I did earlier. And you might not even associate why, you know, but with most things and herbs also, we don't usually notice the yes, it's working. It's more you notice the absence of what was the problem before. So that's kind of something else that's important to remember is that when you're working with these rocks and crystals, if you don't feel anything or you don't feel, don't don't worry about that. Don't stress on that. I promise it's helping. I promise it's helping you. Um just wait for you to realize the absence of what it was doing before. So, maybe I was feeling icky this morning. Then I sat down and played with all my chlorine quartz, kind of got me a little detox. And, now instead of thinking I need to go take a nap, I might have some energy to go do something else. And like I said, a lot of times you might not even associate what the absence is with the crystal, but a lot of times that is where it comes from. So that's kind of an important thing to try to reiterate, and I will do that some more, but it's not really that we're looking for the what does it do for me? We're looking for the absence of what's not bothering us anymore. And you will see that, and it's always hindsight's 2020, right? When you're in the moment of it and you're in the middle of it, you might not see it, you might not feel it, you might not understand it. But when you just take a second to look back, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, that did actually make me feel a lot better. That oregonite I had did kind of calm me down and let me get to that decision I was looking to go to, Just whatever it is. We're looking for hindsight's 2020. It's the absence of the problem that we start to notice, not that it's actually helping. Um Chlorite quartz grows all around the world. It's a very common mineral, so we'll find it a lot, and we'll find it as an inclusion in a lot, chlorite, and as an inclusion in a lot of different stones and materials. Um, I personally have not ever seen any carvings that were made out of just chlorite quartz. This is the first time I've ever had my hands on just pure chlorite quartz. I've had lots of moss agates, I've had lots of garden quartz, but I have never had just that pure chlorite quartz.
Go
So,
party.
what?
Oh, I told my dog to go party. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you were saying something to me. I'm like, what? Uh, so I do have these chlorite quartz, but I don't think it's a super common thing to see on the market really, because I haven't ever had any in any carving form or anything like that. So what I do have is they're all points and some little clusters. Um, so it's just super great for detoxifying your energy, your aura, and your space. It's a great energy cleaner. A good practice to do is to um like at your doorway, right? Put some chlorite quartz at your doorway so that all your energy going into your house is filtered, it's detoxified, and it comes in a more positive way. Kind of clean that shit before it comes in. It's like the kids when they've been out playing in the mud all day and you put them right through the shower, hose them off even first, right? Like we're hosing you off before you even come in the house. That's a good thing to do with your chlorite quartz. Keep it by your doorway so that that's cleansing that energy that's moving in and out of your house.
Throw it at people.
Projectile weapon. That's right.
This energy. Wow.
Yep, yep. Um, it's a good one when you're feeling real heavy or stuck too, because a lot of times when we get stuck or we get that real heavy feeling or that stuck feeling, right? A lot of times that is just from being overwhelmed. And we get to the point where we're so overwhelmed with so many things that we're just stuck. We don't know what to do anymore, We're just stagnant. We're like, oh, you know and so you can use your chlorite quartz to kind of cleanse that and empty that out and just kind of re-energize yourself so that you can get out of that stuck situation, so that you can get out of that stagnant situation. It's going to help clear all the things that don't belong to you, all the energies that are not yours. We want to get rid of them, and chlorite quartz is here to do that for you.
Being an
It's very calm
being an
energy.
empath, you tend to absorb other people's feelings a lot.
Yeah, so it'd be a good one to carry around to keep you help you from absorbing other people's
Right.
energies. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Um, it's a good one to keep by your bed. Help to keep your sleep space nice and clean and clear energy.
I have nightmares every single night. Wake myself up because I'm crying out loud, and I'm trying to figure out that's just like recent, but it's every single night, and I remember, and it's like recurring and recurring and recurring all night long. And I'm trying to figure out what I could put by my bed to stop that or help at least.
Be a medication, Darla. Didn't you just start some new medications?
It hasn't been since I started my medicine. My medicine was fine, and so I haven't. It's just in the last few weeks, but I've been taking new medication since October. So, but it's
Yeah.
just been in the last few weeks, and nothing has changed. The atmosphere around my house has changed. Like his attitude is totally different. So things have been going good, but I'm having just raging nightmares about my kids and mostly about my kids. And I mean, I'm waking up just freaking out, crying, and then I go back to sleep. And that's what wakes me up is me literally crying out loud.
Right. Try some chlorite quartz. Cleansing your space there. Um, did you get any of the chlorite quartz yet? I know you've got some garden and some moss. Take a couple pieces of that in your bedroom with you tonight. See if that helps. I'd be curious to know. Look for the ones that have like the more of the green in them,
Okay.
some
Okay,
pieces more of that
definitely.
green. And before you go to bed, do you have some selenite? Before you go to bed, take time to cleanse your space, right? Take your selenite wand in there, cleanse your whole aura all the way down, start at the top, cleanse all the way down, out your arms, all the way down, out your feet, and then
That's what we talked about yesterday.
sweep off your bed.
Okay.
So do it. You don't necessarily have to set the selenite directly on your bed, but sweep over it just like you do your body, and cleanse your bed before you go to bed and see if that doesn't help any.
Okay. Yeah, I have a dream catcher. I haven't hung up in my room yet. I just haven't. I don't know. I hung it on the wall in the living room on a nail that would just happen to be there when I got it because I didn't want the feathers to get ruined. And I just haven't moved it to my bedroom yet. I didn't know. I don't know. Sometimes I not really don't know what to think about dream catchers either.
Yeah. Well, I think dream catchers work a lot in the same sense as um intention. When you make that dream catcher, especially in the native cultures, when they make those dream catchers, there's a lot of intention that goes into that. And I think that really is that's a pretty one, Mary. I think that's really what helps to make them work. And, you know, your beliefs matter. What you believe truly matters. If you believe that it's going to help, it's going to help.
Right.
If you don't believe it's going to help, then it's not. Okay? It's
Right.
like,
I don't even know. I didn't know what to think about them because I
yeah,
mean I've had them many years. I've had different ones. I've never really thought about it much.
right, right. Yeah. I think it's a lot of that is the intention. And so like if you were to get one straight off from a native that's handcrafted that, there's a lot of intention that they put into that versus one that you could get say off a Temu, that comes out
Right.
of mass production. It's probably not going to have any intention set into it. That doesn't mean that it
Somebody
couldn't be helpful. It
somebody
just means
sent
you
me
need to put that
one.
intention.
Somebody sent me one from Whatnot. Actually, I went into a room and I was sitting there talking, and I was talking to the host, and they bid on that, and I said that is absolutely beautiful. And then I got this package, which was weird, and inside the package said the that bought this gifted this to you, and I thought that was really cool, you know. And she spent like $60 on it, and I
That's
looked them up,
awesome.
and that's what they're worth. But regardless, I mean, it's huge and it's beautiful. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I hung it on the wall because I was busy.
Right. Well, and just like how we set our intentions with our crystals, I think if you had set the intentions with it and just take a minute to connect with it, just like we do the crystals, I think it could help too. And something else that you might try is on your receiving hand, right? Because your dreams are coming in. So on your receiving hand, you might put like some obsidian or tourmaline bracelet or something on to sleep to kind of help filter out some of those
I
incoming
gotta
energy, you
figure
know?
out because I have obsidian on. I actually, interestingly enough, after I had my surgery, my obsidian bracelet ended up on the other arm. And so did my amethyst. It makes me wonder, maybe it's because I wear certain bracelets, and maybe wonder if maybe because I switched arms.
Maybe. You
Hmm.
might try that. Try switching, put them on your
That's what I'm
receiving.
doing right now as we're speaking. I'm
Yep.
switching my obsidian and my amethyst back to the original
Yep.
arm that it should be on.
Yeah, because that's your incoming energy. Um, okay, what else? Chlorite quartz. Chlorite quartz. Protection, clarity, cleansing. Cleansing, cleansing, cleansing. You can wash it. Make sure you dry it all the way. Dry, 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 dry. And I think that's about it for chlorite quartz, guys. So if we have any other chlorite quartz questions, if not, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording.